this weekend as well. She's absolutely loving riding that number 89 bike. She finished in 12th place yesterday. That's the RPS Triumph Trident. And there we are, looking at the grid. Phil Atkinson on pole from Dan Jackson and Glenn English. Then Andy Hornby, who won the Sheen Trophy part, the four-stroke part. He starts fourth ahead of Michael Russell, who is a rival in the same class, and Graham Higlett behind them. So that rivalry very close between two strokes initially. There you can see Maria Costello is starting in 14th position and Emanuele Pirro down in 20th. Some other great riders around them who are regular competitors here at Goodwood. And as you mentioned then, some towards the back, the likes of Michael Rutter and Rob Whitty, who are rapid, and Gordon Russell there as well. Certainly the Rutter and Whitty, they are rapid, but they've got a lot of work to do.
They have, and he was struggling a little bit getting that bike off the line, Rutter, but actually with that new clutch, maybe that's going to make the difference. Here we can see number one, Phil Atkinson, yesterday's winner. He has really attacked that warm-up lap to try and get some heat in the tyres and brakes.
Yeah, he's interesting. He's actually come quite a long way ahead of everybody else, so he's going to be sitting on the grid for a little while before we have everybody in position.
Yeah, as they all come through, back to form up, and let's hope we're going to get as good a race as we got yesterday.
Yeah, I do hope so. It was entertaining stuff indeed. Phil Atkinson getting a bit more experience at the Goodwood track. He's got a lot of experience on bikes. He's had a lot of success, hasn't he, in two strokes?
Yes, he has indeed, and it was his first time to Goodwood, though, which made it all the more impressive. It is a slightly difficult place to learn when you first come, the bumps, the speed, the blindness, but it's a wonderful track, and he was smiling like a Cheshire cat.
Yeah, well, you've won here in the past at Goodwood, James, and I know you're already getting invitations to get back out on them, aren't you?
Well, it'd be nice to ride a two-stroke round here.
Well, let's see what happens, but it's great to have you with us in the commentary box for now to see what happens in this second part of the Hailwood Trophy and the Sheen Trophy, all set to go racing once again. You're watching Glenn English on the left, Dan Jackson in the middle, and it's a good start from Glenn and Dan. Pretty even start, I thought, from both of those front row men. It's Dan Jackson who's got the initial lead, but watch out for Glenn English, number 25. He's so brave, particularly through this first corner Madwin. Sometimes somebody hand up, bit of a problem. And in fact, it's Phil Atkinson. So there I am saying it was going to be Glenn. Phil Atkinson, who won yesterday, surges through.
Yeah, oh no.
That is bad news. Andy Hornby.
That's Andy Hornby. Obviously, he's won it the last couple of years here and going so well. Was fourth on the grid, and he's had a problem which is very unlike them.
He was hoping for a hat-trick of victories in the Sheen Trophy. That isn't going to happen for Andy Hornby. What a shame for him. I do feel for him on the opening lap. But Phil Atkinson, who won yesterday, what a good start that was from him, because he wasn't actually the best off the line, but he dealt with Madwick brilliantly.
Yeah, I think he made a real difference in really attacking that warm-up lap to get some heat, because that's where he really lost out to Glenn English yesterday. And just behind them, you can see number 51 and number 68. That's the two four-strokes of Graham Higlett and Michael Russell. And there's Michael Russell already, number 65, and the Hadley Honda coming round.
Yeah, as you mentioned, that we've got to keep an eye out on him, because he has got good pace as long as the bike's working well, which he didn't yesterday. As you say, Michael Russell there and Graham Higlett, they are effectively going to be fighting at this stage for winning the Sheen Trophy for the bigger four-stroke, up to the 750cc bikes, the earlier bikes of period. They've got good straights, speed down the straights, a little bit slower through the corners because they've got a bit more weight to play with, but they're still actually, it's amazingly how close the two strokes and the four strokes around Goodwood are. Now up front, Phil Atkinson coming under a bit more pressure from Glenn English, and Glenn, you see it down as tight as possible. He's going to have a go here.
Yeah, he certainly is. He's having a good look. It's very, very difficult. You're not going to get him on the right, but you can go up the inside on the left hand of St Mary's. And is he close enough? I think Atkinson's just got the right line there. There's a big bump on the bikes as you come through there. They've shaken off Jackson a little bit there as well. Jackson dropped probably half a second, 3/4 of a second there. So
that's a bit odd. I wonder if he's had a problem, because to have dropped away that much, it's not. Dan's usually right up there. We've seen it a number of times, him getting podiums and taking victories here. So I think there must be a problem for him.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, have a good look, and just behind them again, you've got that four-stroke battle. But it is Atkinson and English out front, and Atkinson's had a really nice lap there. He just seems to have pulled maybe a 4 or 5 bike lengths. But this is where, look at that, Glenn English has got such a wonderful line through this last section.
He does, yes, very quick through here as well. This is where it went wrong for Glenn English when he was leading yesterday, as he came out of the chicane, got on the oil. This time it's all good. So Jackson is still there in third. It's not too bad. His lap time is he's only about half a second down on the leaders, actually, so it's not too bad at this stage. It's more good battles going on further down, as you can see, as they all head along. Just saw Jamie O'Brien, number 74, having a good run on his 350, and meanwhile it's still a big battle for Michael Rutter, moving up the order. He's up to 11th place now, so he's fighting to get into the top 10.
Yeah, and Rob Whitty as well, just ahead of him. So remember, they've come from the 11th row of the grid. They're 10th and 11th. That's the men we're looking at, both on the CB750s. One's the Hadley Honda, the very famous sort of Julian Soper motorcycle, owned by Chris Wilson, and always a really nicely prepared thing. And then obviously you've got Bob Whitty's one as well, which is again another really
look at this, the battle in the Sheen Trophy, and that is a switch around, because Russell has managed to get past Higlett, but they are very, very close indeed. Michael Russell has just taken the advantage briefly over Graham Higlett, but that's not much between them.
No, there isn't. And Graham Higlett, he's on a Rob North chassis, the 1971 Triumph 750, whereas number 68, Michael Russell, he's on a bit of a bit, so he bought it, made it out of parts. It's got a Mack chassis with a Norton Commando engine in it, so a 1972 Commando engine, so a real nice motorcycle. He said he's really enjoying it, but it's down on power.
Yeah, we just saw a quick glimpse of Rob Whitty going through once again. This is the group that's now running from 7th place. So number 74, that's O'Brien, he's running in 7th. What are we looking? So Rutter coming through here, making some progress, I believe. Michael Rutter, yeah, actually getting past Whitty. So that's a battle between two very similar bikes.
Yeah, he did really well there. Proper scrappy. You can see he's managed to put 2 or 3 bikes between them there. By the way, on that last lap, 125.5 for Atkinson.
Wow.
125.6 for English. That's the fastest laps we've seen of the weekend. They were in the high 26s yesterday, so that's a really...
Oh no! Oh look!
Oh.
Off goes English! Glenn English, the man fighting for the lead, and he's got off in the grass. He's got... Yeah, I think he's dropped down to 3rd.
Let's have a little look. There's a big bump on the left. Is he going to lose the front? Oh, he just seems to run out of road. He's got in a little bit too hot, and luckily the grass is dry. He does very well though. It's very easy to make a mistake, panic there, and he does incredibly well. Gets it back on, and where's he rejoined?
I think he's in 3rd still, actually. I think he's up there. Yeah, look, he's ahead.
Yes, he is. So he's 3rd. So Jackson's ahead of him. That certainly takes the pressure off your leader Atkinson, who we just see he's going to be coming in.
I tell you what, though, if you're going to make a mistake around Goodwood, that is one of the best places to do it, because there's plenty of space. We saw a couple of cars go off there earlier, and you do think, well, if you're going to go off there, and all safe. He's okay. So you still got this wonderful battle, number 68 versus number 51, and that is for victory in what is known as the Sheen Trophy, named after the great Barry Sheen, the 2-time world champion. And then you've got these two, which are also Sheen cars, Sheen bikes there with the 750cc motors. They've been moving up from the back of the field because they were non-finishers yesterday, and they're now up into 6th and 7th places. That's a fantastic move.
Yeah, that's a really good job from these two, as you say, to come from 28th, 29th on the grid to come all the way through to 6th and 7th. We knew they would be quick, and they are. Yeah, they're doing a really good...
We have a red flag.
Unfortunately, we've got a red flag here.
Yeah, we have a red flag. So there has been an incident out on track somewhere. We haven't seen what's happened yet, but yeah, so the race is being brought to a halt. There are 3 laps remaining, and it is bike 74, which we were watching. Jamie O'Brien, he was going well in the top 10. He was beginning to come under a bit more pressure from those behind, so it is he that has gone off apparently. So the bike's being brought back to the pit lane so that the marshals can immediately attend the situation, of course.